Well, listen to this description. Each day is more or less the same. The morning is clear and bright with a sea breeze. As the sun climbs high in the sky, heat mounts up. Dark clouds form, then rain comes with thunder and lightning. But rain is soon over. That was an actual UPSC exam question back in 2015. Do you know which region on Earth this perfectly describes? Hold that thought. Keep that vivid imagery in your mind as we go on a little journey across the globe today.
Welcome to our explainer on World Climate and Biogeography. I'll be your guide as we decode the incredible systems that dictate life on our planet. We're going from the sweltering, steaming equator all the way to the frozen, unforgiving poles to see exactly how climate shapes the world we live in. Here's the plan for today. First, decoding Köppen. Second, the tropics, or Group A. Third, the dry zones, Group B. Fourth, temperate climates in Group C and D. Fifth, polar extremes, Group E. And finally, we'll tackle those PYQs and climate impacts. Let's get to it.
World climates are classified by temperature, precipitation patterns, and vegetation primarily using the Köppen scheme. Factors like latitude, altitude, ocean currents, winds, and relief shape global variations from equatorial wet-hot to polar cold-dry.
Section 1. Decoding the Köppen system, the global framework. So the Köppen climate classification is basically our master cipher. It organizes the entire planet logically into major groups labeled A through E plus H for highlands. It's actually elegantly simple. It just uses temperature and moisture to divide up the world. Group A is tropical, B is dry, C is mild mid-latitude, D is severe mid-latitude, and E is polar. Let's use this code and make our very first stop. The tropics Group A climates. We're starting at the zones hugging the 0 to 30 degree latitudes. This is the realm of uniformly high temperatures, hovering around 27 degrees Celsius. But what's really terrifying is that global warming is actually pushing the Hadley cell poleward. That means these Group A zones, they're physically expanding, which is leading to longer dry spells and way wetter floods. Let's break down the three distinct flavors of the tropics. First up, the Equatorial AF zone.
Hot wet equatorial climate AF. Location: 5 degrees to 10 degrees north and south of equator. Amazon Basin, Congo Basin, Southeast Asia, East Indies. Climate: uniformly high temperature throughout the year, approximately 27 degrees Celsius. No winter, no dry season, rainfall every month. Heavy precipitation, 200 to 250 centimeters annually. Convectional daily afternoon rain with thunder and lightning, this moderates the daily temperature. Characteristic description for UPSC. Each day is more or less the same. The morning is clear and bright with a sea breeze. As the sun climbs high in the sky, heat mounts up. Dark clouds form, then rain comes with thunder and lightning. But rain is soon over. This is the classic description of equatorial climate. Vegetation: tropical evergreen rainforests. Called selvas in the Amazon. High biodiversity stratified layers, canopy, emergent, epiphytes, and lianas. Leaf litter decomposes faster than in any other biome bare soil surface. Vegetation composed of plant forms that reach up into the canopy vicariously by climbing trees or growing as epiphytes rooted on upper branches. This is the classic UPSC description of tropical rainforest. Economic activity: shifting cultivation called ladang in Asia, milpa in Central America, june in India. Rubber, palm oil, cocoa, Ghana, Côte d'Ivoire, Nigeria. Climate change impact: global warming leads to poleward expansion of Hadley cell Group A zones, expand intensifying extremes, longer dry spells in monsoon and seasonal zones, wetter conditions in rainforest zones, hits corals and mangroves. 2. Tropical monsoon climate AM. Location: 5 degrees to 30 degrees north and south. Best developed in the Indian subcontinent, Southeast Asia, Northern Australia. Climate: seasonal reversal of winds. This is the defining and typical characteristic of monsoon climate. Concentrated heavy summer rain. Distinct short dry winters. Vegetation: dry deciduous forests, broad-leaved hardwood teak. Shed leaves in dry season to conserve moisture. Economy: subsistence farming with intensive cultivation. Shifting cultivation. Wet paddy cultivation. 3. Savanna Sudan type climate AU. Location: between equatorial forests and hot deserts, Sudan, Llanos of Orinoco, Campos of Brazil. Climate: alternate wet and dry seasons. Extreme diurnal temperature range. Alternate hot rainy season and cool dry season. Rainfall concentrated. Vegetation. Tall grass, elephant grass, and scattered short deciduous trees. Extensive areas have no trees. Acacia trees, thorny, drought-resistant. Pyrophytic vegetation, fire-adapted. Forest development checked by fire, grazing herbivores, seasonal rainfall, soil properties, UPSC 2021 question. Known as big game country, big herbivores and carnivores like elephants, lions, giraffes, zebras. Now here is the third part, dry climates group B. 4 hot deserts, BWH. Location. 15 degrees to 30 degrees north and south on western margins of continents. Sahara, Har, Atacama, Namib, Kalahari. Cause of aridity. Subtropical high pressure belt, descending air, no convection, no rainfall. Offshore trade winds blow from land to sea, carry no moisture. Cold ocean currents, Humboldt-Peru current causes Atacama aridity by stabilizing lower atmosphere. Climate. High temperature throughout year. High diurnal temperature range. Annual range of temperature in continental interiors is high as compared to coastal areas. Vegetation. Xerophytic long roots, waxy or needle leaves to reduce water loss. 5 mid-latitude deserts, BWK. Location. 30 degrees to 50 degrees north and south interiors of continents. Gobi continentality effect. Patagonian rain shadow of ants. Climate. Rainfall less than 25 centimeters. Xerophytic and drought-resistant scrubs. Economy. Gold mining, Great Australian Desert. Oil exploration. Tribes. Bushman in Kalahari, Bindibu in Australia, Tuaregs in Sahara. 6. Temperate grasslands, Steppe, BSK. Location. 40 degrees to 55 degrees north and south, remote from maritime influence. Regional names. Steppes, Eurasia. Prairies, North America. Pampas, Argentina. Veld, South Africa. Downs, Australia. Canterbury, New Zealand. Climate. Severe winters in Northern Hemisphere. Chinook local hot wind in. Prairies acts as snow eater. Low rainfall. Vegetation. Treeless grasslands, shorter but also wiry and sparse. Economy. Called granaries of the world, extensive mechanized wheat cultivation. Nomadic herding. Climate change impact. Major expansion of savannas, positive trend 1901 to 2010, largest gain. Deserts and steppe grow via higher evaporation. Sahel desertification. Mid-latitude aridification. Now,
Section 4. Temperate climates, Group C and D. This climactic shift brilliantly illustrates exactly how geography dictates the global economy.
Mediterranean climate, CAs. Location. 30 degrees to 45 degrees north and south on western margins of continents. Mediterranean basin, central Chile, California, southwest Africa, southern Australia. Climate. Dry hot summers, offshore trade winds blow in summer. Mild rainy winters, onshore westerlies, and cyclonic rainfall in winter. This is the unique characteristic, summer dry, winter wet opposite of monsoon. Local winds. Sirocco, North Africa toward Mediterranean. Mistral, Rhône Valley, France. Bora, Adriatic coast, Croatia, Italy. Tramontane, Pyrenees, southern France. Gregale, Malta, Greece. Vegetation. Evergreen coniferous and deciduous mix. Sclerophyllous shrubs, hard, leathery leaves to resist drought. Called maqui in Mediterranean and chaparral in California. Economy. Called world's orchard lands, citrus fruits. Viticulture, 85% of grapes for wine. Nut-bearing trees like chestnuts. Climate change impact. Shrinkage overall, Mediterranean summers hotter and drier wildfires. Subtropical humid expands into Asia. Vineyards shifting to scrubland. China-type humid subtropical climate, CFA-CWA. Location. Eastern margins in warm temperate latitudes. Central and North China, southeastern USA, natal, eastern Australia. Climate. Warm moist summer and cool dry winter. Rainfall throughout the year, 75 to 150 centimeters. Thunderstorms in summer. Small annual temperature range. Local winds. Southerly burster, Sydney, Australia. Pampero, Argentina, Pampas. Berg, South Africa, escarpment. Vegetation. Evergreen broad-leaved forests and deciduous hardwood trees. Uninterrupted perennial plant growth. Economy. Most productive region, world's greatest rice-growing areas. 9. British-type marine west coast climate, CFB. Location. 40 degrees to 65 degrees north and south. NW Europe, British Columbia, southern Chile, New Zealand. Climate. Permanent influence of westerlies throughout the year. Winters moderated by warm ocean drifts, North Atlantic drift. Distinct four-season cycle. Regions of frontal cyclonic activity. Low range of annual and daily temperatures. Precipitation occurs throughout the year, 50 centimeters to 250 centimeters. Vegetation. Deciduous forests, oak, elm, beech. Economy. Market gardening, mixed farming, sheep rearing, fishing. Now talk about the last group, part 5, cool temperate climates, group D. 10. Laurentian type cool temperate eastern margin, DFB. Location. Ne North America, Canada, USA, Newfoundland, and Ne Asia, eastern Siberia, Manchuria, northern Japan. Note, absent in southern hemisphere due to lack of large mid-latitude land masses. Climate. Short warm summers and long extremely cold winters. Low but uniform annual precipitation in northern hemisphere. Vegetation. Temperate forests, coniferous and deciduous species, oak, beech, maple, birch. Economy. Major fishing grounds, Grand Banks. Lumbering. Paper and pulp industry. 11. Siberian cool temperate continental climate, DWDF. Location. 50 degrees to 70 degrees north only in northern hemisphere, Alaska to Labrador, Eurasia. Climate. Bitterly cold long winters. Brief warm summers with light precipitation. Extremes of temperature, Verkhoyansk is known as the cold pole of the earth. Source region for continental polar, CP, air masses, Siberian high pressure system. Vegetation. Taiga boreal forest, coniferous softwood, pine, FIR, spruce, larch. World's largest forest biome. Economy. Lumbering. Fur trade, example, Irkutsk. Reindeer herding. Paper and pulp industry. Climate change. Impact. Poleward retreat, boreal forests, warm thaw, permafrost, longer growing seasons but fires. Taiga converting to steppe in southern margins.
Section 5. Polar extremes, Group E.
Tundra climate, ET. Location. North of Arctic Circle, coastal edges of Arctic Ocean, Greenland, Antarctica, alpine tundra. Permafrost. Subsoil is permanently frozen, restricts deep-rooted plants. Vegetation. Low-growing mosses, lichens, and flowering plants called Arctic prairies. People. Semi-nomadic Eskimos, Lapps, Samoyeds. 13. Ice cap climate, EF. Location. Beyond 70 degrees north and south. Interior Greenland and Antarctica. Climate. Permanent snow and ice cover. Average temperature for all months below -10 degrees Celsius. Source regions for continental Arctic, CA, air masses. Very low moisture, precipitation less than 25 centimeters. Winters are dark for approximately 6 months due to axial tilt of Earth polar nights. Vegetation. Devoid of plant growth. Mosses and lichens on the fringes only. People. Temporary scientific research stations only. Himadri, India's research station in Arctic. Bharti, India's research station in Antarctica. No permanent habitation. Climate change impact. Sharp decline since 1980s, biggest loss. Tundra greens and shrinks. Ice caps melt, Arctic melting faster than Antarctica. Biome shifts, permafrost, carbon and methane release. Climate change impacts summary. Group A, tropical. Global warming, Hadley cell poleward expansion, longer dry spells in monsoon zones, wetter rainforests, coral bleaching, mangrove damage. Group B, dry. Major expansion of savannas and deserts via higher evaporation. Sahel desertification. Mid-latitude aridification. Group C, warm temperate. Mediterranean shrinkage, summers hotter and drier, wildfires. Subtropical humid expands into Asia. Vineyards shifting northward. Group D, cool temperate. Boreal forests, warm permafrost, thaw, longer growing seasons but fires. Taiga retreating poleward, converting to steppe. Group E, polar. Rapid decline since 1980s. Arctic melting faster. Permafrost, carbon and methane release, feedback loop accelerating warming. 3 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial level impacts. Terrestrial biosphere tends toward a net carbon source, absorbs less CO. Widespread coral mortality will occur. All global wetlands will not permanently disappear, that is an extreme overstatement. Cultivation of cereals will not become impossible everywhere. Now let's solve all the previous year questions from chapter 5. I'll read the question, read all options, give you a moment to think, and then give the answer with a short explanation. Q1 UPSC Prelims 2024. Consider the following description. Annual and daily range of temperatures is low. Precipitation occurs throughout the year. Precipitation varies between 50 centimeters and 250 centimeters. What is this type of climate? Option A, equatorial climate. Option B, China type climate. Option C, humid subtropical climate. Option D, marine west coast climate. Pause 8 seconds. Answer, option D, marine west coast climate. Elimination. Option A, equatorial, precipitation is 200 to 250 centimeters, not 50 to 250 centimeters range. Temperature is uniformly high, not low range. Option B, China type, has dry winter, precipitation not throughout year. Option C, humid subtropical, has distinct summer maximum rainfall not uniform throughout year. Also has larger temperature range. Option D, marine west coast, CFB low annual and daily temperature range moderated by westerlies and North Atlantic drift. Precipitation throughout the year, 50 to 250 centimeters. All three features match perfectly. Answer D. Q2 UPSC Prelims 2021. The vegetation of savanna consists of grassland with scattered small trees, but extensive areas have no trees. The forest development in such areas is generally kept in check by one or more of the following conditions. Which of the following are such conditions? Burrowing animals and termites. Fire. Grazing herbivores. Seasonal rainfall. Soil properties. Option A, 1 and 2. Option B, 4 and 5. Option C, 2, 3 and 4. Option D, 1, 3 and 5. Pause 8 seconds. Answer, option C, 2, 3 and 4. The factors that check forest development in savanna are fire, grazing herbivores, and seasonal rainfall. Fire burns trees before they can grow tall. Grazing herbivores, elephants, giraffes eat tree saplings preventing regeneration. Seasonal rainfall, long dry season prevents sustained tree growth. Burrowing animals and termites do not directly prevent forest growth on a landscape scale. Soil properties, while poor soils exist, they are not the primary check on forest development in savanna. Answer C. Q3 UPSC Prelims 2021. Leaf litter decomposes faster than in any other biome, and as a result, the soil surface is often almost bare. Apart from trees, the vegetation is largely composed of plant forms that reach up into the canopy vicariously by climbing the trees or growing as epiphytes, rooted on the upper branches of trees. This is the most likely description of Option A, coniferous forest. Option B, dry deciduous forest. Option C, mangrove forest. Option D, tropical rain forest. NSWR, Option D, tropical rain forest. 3 key clues in the passage. Leaf litter decomposes fastest, high temperature and humidity in tropical rainforest accelerate decomposition. Soil surface almost bare, nutrients cycle rapidly, not stored in soil. Epiphytes and climbers reaching into canopy, classic stratified structure of tropical rainforest with lianas and epiphytes. None of the other forests, coniferous, dry deciduous, or mangrove have this combination of features. Answer D. Q4 UPSC Prelims 2019. Which of the following statements are correct about the deposits of methane hydrate? Global warming might trigger the release of methane gas from these deposits. Large deposits of methane hydrate are found in Arctic tundra and under the seafloor. Methane in atmosphere oxidize to carbon dioxide after a decade or two. Option A, 1 and 2 only. Option B, 2 and 3 only. Option C, 1 and 3 only. Option D, 1, 2 and 3. Pause 8 seconds. Answer, option D, 1, 2 and 3. Statement 1 true. As global warming thaws permafrost and warms ocean floors, trapped methane in hydrates is released. Statement 2 true. Large deposits are found in both Arctic tundra permafrost and under the seafloor, both are correct locations. Statement 3 true. Methane in the atmosphere oxidize to coal after approximately a decade or two. It is a potent but relatively short-lived greenhouse gas. Answer D. Q5 UPSC Prelims 2015. Each day is more or less the same. The morning is clear and bright with a sea breeze. As the sun climbs high in the sky, heat mounts up. Dark clouds form, then rain comes with thunder and lightning. But rain is soon over. Which of the following regions is described? Option A, Savanna. Option B, Equatorial. Option C, Monsoon. Option D, Mediterranean. Pause 8 seconds. Answer, option B, Equatorial. This is the classic UPSC passage question for equatorial climate. Key clues. Each day more or less the same, uniformly hot throughout. Year, no seasons. Morning clear and bright, no cloud cover in morning. Dark clouds form, then rain with thunder and lightning, convectional afternoon rain. Rain is soon over, short intense afternoon rain, not prolonged. This perfectly describes the hot wet equatorial climate, AF, where convectional rainfall occurs every afternoon. Answer B. Q6 UPSC Prelims 2014. The seasonal reversal of winds is the typical characteristic of Option A, equatorial climate. Option B, Mediterranean climate. Option C, monsoon climate. Option D, all of the above climates. Pause 8 seconds. Answer, option C, monsoon climate. Seasonal reversal of winds, blowing from sea to land in summer and land to sea in winter, is the defining and typical characteristic of monsoon climate. Equatorial climate has consistent convectional patterns, no seasonal wind reversal. Mediterranean climate has offshore trades in summer and onshore westerlies in winter, but this is driven by pressure belt shift, not a true seasonal wind reversal in the monsoon sense. Monsoon is specifically defined by this seasonal reversal. Answer C. Q7, UPSC Prelims 2014. The scientific view is that the increase in global temperature should not exceed 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial level. If the global temperature increases beyond 3 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial level, what can be its possible impacts on the world? Terrestrial biosphere tends toward a net carbon source. Widespread coral mortality will occur. All the global wetlands will permanently disappear. Cultivation of cereals will not be possible anywhere in the world. Option A, 1 only. Option B, 1 and 2 only. Option C, 2, 3 and 4 only. Option D, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Pause 8 seconds. Answer, option B, 1 and 2 only. Statement 1 true. At 3 degrees Celsius warming, forests and soils release more carbon than they absorb. Terrestrial biosphere shifts from carbon sink to carbon source. Statement 2 true. Widespread coral mortality, bleaching, will occur well before 3 degrees Celsius warming. Already happening significantly at 1.5 degrees Celsius. Statement 3 false. All global wetlands will not permanently disappear at 3 degrees Celsius. Some wetlands may expand due to increased rainfall in certain regions. All and permanently make this statement extreme and incorrect. Statement 4 false. Cereal cultivation will not become impossible everywhere. Some higher latitude regions may actually become more suitable for agriculture as they warm. Answer B. Q8 UPSC Prelims 2013. Climate is extreme, rainfall is scanty and the people used to be nomadic herders. The above statement best describes which of the following regions? Option A, African Savanna. Option B, Central Asian Steppe. Option C, North American Prairie. Option D, Siberian Tundra. Pause 8 seconds. Answer, option B, Central Asian Steppe. Key clues in the passage. Climate is extreme, steppe has extreme continental climate, very hot summers and bitterly cold winters, much more extreme than savanna or prairie. Rainfall is scanty, steppe receives very low rainfall due to continentality. People used to be nomadic herders. Central Asian steppe is historically home to nomadic herding communities like the Mongols and Kazakhs. African savanna, big game country, not primarily nomadic herders. North American prairie, granary of the world, wheat cultivation. Siberian tundra, people are semi-nomadic, but climate description doesn't fully match. Answer B. And that is a complete, thorough walkthrough of Chapter 5, World Climate and Biogeography. We covered the Köppen classification system, all 13 climate types across 5 major groups, with location, climate, vegetation, economy, and climate change impact for every single one. We also covered the special topic of methane hydrates and the global climate change impacts. And we solved 8 previous year questions from 2013 to 2024, all with short, crisp explanations. If this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment below telling me which climate type you found the trickiest to remember. Keep studying, stay consistent, you will crack UPSC. Good luck.